Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special thing here on your podcast feeds. It's me, AJ. I got Mike with me.
Hello.
We are back, still live, in person, and we just want to go over what we saw at BitBash 2022
at the
in Chicago.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah, at the
Theater.
Steppenwolf Theater.
Wait, is it Steppenwolf? Do you think it's Steppenwolf?
It's Steppenwolf.
Damn.
It's two-piece. There's no H. The first thing that we saw when we walked in was...
The football thing?
Yeah, quite possibly the most interesting thing probably there that night. Well, I totally blanked on the name. It was like Football in the Future. Did you take a photo of it?
Yeah. I'm looking. Football something.
Yeah. It was this really cool, like, take on... I want to say it was kind of like crowdsourced AI playing football. And it was 3 screens. The center screen was the game. And then the right screen was the defense. And the left screen was the offense. And it was what...
the AI was doing on the right and left.
Yeah, the AI was doing, which was really cool. And I made mention to one person working there that it felt very much like the John Boys 17-7-76. And
It's called Football Practice? Yeah, Football Practice.
Football Practice. And they mentioned that that was one of the takeaways and one of the inspirations behind the project. So it was very funny that it was like, oh, it's this obscure reference. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. I don't know if or when that will ever make the see the light of day in terms of an official release, because there's really no...
My understanding was it was a game jam that...
Oh, damn.
Rich
is hauling ass.
Rich is running.
So yeah, after the football practice, you checked out a game that was like... you were a frog and licking stuff.
You were a frog at a dinner party. I don't think I can find the name for it. I pulled up their Twitter feed because it showed me all of the names. No, that's Toaster Ball we'll get to in a second. Orchard to Dusk is the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Tall Bagel.
Yeah.
So you are a frog in a dinner party. And I mean, you're sitting with the people, they're talking about their kids, I don't know, affording life and how poor young people can't afford shit. As you're a frog who can just eat anything that walks by in a tray, or you could lick the other people and they don't like that. Which that one I read too was also like a couple day game jam. But that one is fun because I like the audio design on that one a lot. Like when you'd go and grab stuff, you could hear it. Or, it was pretty funny how, like, you just kind of lick the person, they just kind of stop, and all of them just stared at you.
Yeah, like, it stopped the story progress. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was another one that, like, I don't know how you make that a game.
Sure. Like, a lot of these are, like, those already kind of, like, pieces that I don't know how you make full.
Well, no, because we'll get to a bunch that were...
There are definitely some that are legitimate games in some capacity. Like, games in the commercial sense. But yeah, no, I think that was an interesting little piece. The one next to it, did you play the one next to it?
No, I watched the person next to it.
Yeah, the one next to it was a game where you had to... My understanding was you basically explored the world until you ran out of oxygen and you died. So it's this sense of, like, nothing to do but just kind of go explore and keep playing this loop. The one I would talk about next, though, which is the first one of the games I think that we saw that could be legitimate products, was the Toaster Ball, or whatever that was.
Toaster... What was it called? It was like Toaster something. Anyway, you played as toasters.
You were think of 2D Rocket League.
Kind of, yeah.
But the
it was more IDARB than Rocket League.
Yeah, and the controls were the
triggers.
The triggers was you moving left or right, and if you had toast in your thing, it would shoot it up.
Yeah.
And that was basically the entire moveset, which was interesting. That was one that I think legitimately that was like a product.
I don't know how far along that was, but it felt like of the ones that we had seen up until then, that was the most developed product. The art style was coherent. You know, the gameplay worked.
Toaster Ball.
But that one was a great one that, like, I think they only had 3 controllers working, so it was 2-on-1. But it's very much this is a party game. Like, you throw this. They had it on a projector.
Which was interesting. Which I think that was a space constraint more the projector than anything. Yeah. But that was cool. I liked the sub-variety of the mode. So you played till you get to 5, and then it would kind of... In that, there was some variety of, like, normal... You get a goal. Some you had to use the ball first to explode a hole into the door to then get yourself, like, a goal hole, and then you'd go through it. Or... There was one where you had unlimited toast, which seemed like the really dumb, insane mode.
Yeah.
Because that one is just... Usually you have, like, a piece of bread... It falls out, you have to go collect it for your shoot again. With that one, it was just, you just were ready to go.
Yeah.
And you're just going, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, and that one was that was the most ready to go at the time of when we saw it.
Yeah.
We then went upstairs into...
No, before upstairs, we saw the one where you used our phones to control the music.
Yeah, but that was a little... I don't even know what that was. It was
an interesting... You basically went to, like, how Jackbox website has the thing you go on, like, a website, and then there was 4 colors, and then you could basically... Each color had, like, 4 tiles, and you click on it, it would affect, like, the music on the screen, or the shapes, whatever. We couldn't quite fully figure out the pattern to it, but that was kind of that interesting, like... interactivity from an external controller source type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any upstairs that we went to? Or was it just that point? You're talking about all the way upstairs?
Yeah, all the way upstairs.
Yeah.
All the way upstairs was... The one room was stuff that we have keys for and will be streaming at some point in 23.
Yeah, so one of them we saw, which a lot of people would know about, is the Space World... Oregon Trade Simulator, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, it's some crazy long name.
So that's a good one. We saw. We learned how to manipulate the stock markets in space.
Yep.
And when we followed the very simple rule, is you buy low, you sell high. It's a very simple. That one's fun. Obviously, that's a full-fledged game on Steam. So that one I think is obviously the like complete game that we saw.
Well, and Onsen Master is a full game on Steam.
What is?
Onsen Master, or whatever. The Cooking Mama.
Oh, yeah, that's the cooking one. Onsen Master was... Think of Cooking Mama, but it's like you run a spa, is kind of what it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
It got a little chaotic. I think that difficulty ramp, I question it, but maybe like you played it in not that environment, it's a little better. But it was a very stressful game trying to... Because you have to... So you have the clients come in, they want their tub set to a certain scent. You have to go get the stuff, go set it up, go put it into the water, put the client to there, and then like every 4 clients you go clean the tub, keep doing the cycle, and it kind of gets chaotic very fast and very rapidly kind of for a work day. And the other one is we played like an Ice Climbers-esque demo next to it, where it was like one of those where it's like you split the keyboard and someone gets WSD, someone gets the arrow keys, and you kind of go around and climb up this space. That one was cool because how tethered you were. I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was funny that the guy running the demo had never seen one person try to play it themselves, which is what I instinctively did. He's like, I've never seen anyone do that. I'm like, it's
not atrocious. They're definitely. It seems like it takes a little work to think about, but
yeah.
But that one was interesting because the keyboard there, I'd use my left hand because I'm right-handed, but my right hand I couldn't hit the arrow. Like it was just this weird. It felt so off, kind of. That was.
Yeah. But then we went in. We played a Bejeweled-esque,
Zen-esque,
match 3 game that you could only do horizontal matches,
which was, I think, a very interesting design choice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with it still, but I think it led to an interesting game of you had to think it through. Because one of the things was when you have these like Bejeweled-esque games and you have like the open things, what I find interesting is how they were affected by gravity, which I think that's a unique, I think, more twist, kind of how you could do that.
Yeah, it's something that's not, like...
super common, at least.
Yeah.
Like, that one I thought was cool, kind of, so you could actually push it and push stuff over into different piles to account for it. And then the combos, once you found out they worked, basically you had to get certain single colors into certain patterns, then you, like, got these, like, bonus moves. And that was, I think, a cool kind of twist kind of on it. But yeah. I don't know, to me that was definitely one that seemed... not basic, but yeah, it's a match 3, you know what they are, and it has a little twist on it, which those games, to be fair, we don't expect those games to, like, fundamentally change the formula. We just want them to kind of have some sort of fun, twisty twist to them.
Yeah, and that's all it really had was that aspect of it. And then there was Skate or Don't.
Which that was the fun one that we were fucking with for a while.
Yeah, it was fun. The main problem with that was they were using 360 controllers.
So the D-pad's all...
and it was all D-pad controls, so it was kind of broken in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which obviously it wasn't on the developer because...
my guess is there's some controls for what they could do.
Yeah. The 360 D-pad is notorious for being broken, so... other than going and getting Xbox One controllers, that was kind of the only other thing they could have done. But that was really fun. There was one that we didn't get a chance to check out in that room.
Oh, right.
The Soul thing.
The Soul thing. Which that one looks like a fun little thing. The other thing we did get to see, though, as we left Bitbash also, was we got to see Joust in person.
Yeah, we got to see, I think it was like 6-person Joust. So that was pretty cool. We didn't get to interact with it. We were waiting for an Uber to take us
because we
away.
decided to go. We ended up going to a mid-century modern theme bar in downtown.
Yeah, a house party theme is what they describe it as.
House party. That is such a. We were with one of my friends, and it very much seemed it could have fit his apartment.
Yep. But yeah, so that was kind of a recap.
That was Bitbash.
Bitbash this year. We didn't see any of the talks, so we couldn't speak.
Which of those talks were like mental health talks? I was like,
Yeah.
we ended up catching one. Great. If not, it was in the end. Like, it wasn't like what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of your first Bitbash?
So we kind of got there a little early in terms of the
people getting crowded.
Yeah, the games being actually like when we got up to the top floor, stuff still was kind of like, you know, the volunteers were still figuring out where they needed to go, and like we were in the one room and they were taking their volunteer
really
group
funny.
photo, and we're like,
Well, like we were told we're allowed to be here because the guy was like, "You guys go there." We're like, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, it was nice to be able to like. We sat down and we played that Space Organ Trader Simulator for like
20 minutes.
20 minutes without anyone around us, so we could figure out kind of how that game worked. But you know, if it was as crowded when we went back and left, that would not have been fun because the game's very. You need to focus. It's not necessarily as stressful as Onsen Master, but you just need to be able to focus on stuff, and you know, just having that many people around you would have been tough to focus. So, yeah, I mean, it was good. It was very comparable, I would say, to how GDEX handles a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, smaller, but I get what you're saying from how it's set up and structure point of view. It was also interesting because the first time I've seen Bitbash where it's like in like an existing space, like how it was kind of this multi-floor, like existing theater setup. So I haven't seen it. Usually they're in like a tighter space, kind of to do stuff. So.
Yeah,
I'll be curious if they want to keep it in this bigger space because my understanding was it sold out. So they sold what they needed to.
Yeah.
So cause it's ran by a bunch of like volunteers and a non-for-profit. Like it's not like a giant money-making thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the Chicago Humanities Festival, which was put on by The Verge, which may have helped it sell out.
Yeah. But, like, Bitbash always does generally okay.
Yeah. So, that was a good time. I mean, I wish there was more, or I wish we didn't have the immediacy of, hey, we have an Uber coming, because Joust would have been fun to play with. I think if we could have gone through some of the other stuff that we were doing, with other people other than our group, we could have maybe had a little more time, maybe like another hour or so.
But I think we kind of saw.
Yeah, we saw everything. We're hands on with almost everything. So yeah.
That was Biff Bash. We'll see when the next one is. Usually they're like once or twice a year, pending schedules and all that stuff. So I'll be very curious, kind of, if they end up putting one like around GDC next year, like they normally do. But
yeah, we shall see. But yeah, so now we are off to watch the Brazilian Grand Prix, and we will have our reactions to that. We'll record it later this week. But yeah, so we'll see you guys next time.
The SW Show and all of its affiliate podcasts are podcast by me, Mike Maroney, and AJ Losi, sometimes by our contributors, including Corey King. You can follow the SWW Show on social media at the SWW Show, or sooner or later you go to patreon.com/SWW to help us out. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.